friends, welcome to Sarah Yoga. I am Sarah. Today we have a quick energizing flow. So we're just gonna grab our mat, grab something comfy and jump right in. Let's get started. All right, so we are actually going to start today in downward dog. So make your way onto your mat and take it right up into downward dog. And you can start to right away pedal out the legs if you're just waking up in the morning or kind of coming to your yoga after a long day. Give yourself a few moments here to wiggle out through the head. Stretch out through the arms. Maybe take a nice big breath in through the mouth. And then nice and slow, we're gonna come forward into plank. You can kind of rock here a couple times. Again, this is an energizing flow, so we're jumping right into some of these more heated, challenging poses. We don't have a ton of time, but just enough to get the body moving, start to feel that energetic pulse moving from the ground up, kind of stimulate the brain, the heart center. Let's take it right back up into downward dog. Take a breath in and then through the mouth, pull the heels down and back. Nice. Inhale, let's come back into plank. And again, you can always lower your knees down for that modified plank if this is too much. Maybe take a couple more rocks and then we're gonna land right back in center. So whether your knees are down or up, start to pick up that left leg. Hover here, feel the inner groin soften. So maybe if you don't pick up the leg quite as far, you can feel the inner groin soften even more. Take the leg to the left and then back to center. Set the foot back down, pull heart forward, heels back. Go ahead, pick up that right leg and then soften a little, maybe lower the heel. Take the leg to the right, pull it back to center, set it back down, scoop the belly in, up and back. Whew, downward facing dog, maybe roll out through the head. Heels drag down and back. One more time, we're gonna come forward into plank. This time, we'll all drop the knees. First back bend here, nice and slow, bending the elbows, come all the way down to the belly. Push through the tops of the toes. So we're just gonna start with a baby cobra. Inhale, roll open through the heart. Elbows pull back. Can use the heels of the hands to pull back. Push through the tops of the toes so your knees lift. Exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times, really energizing up here. Inhale, push through the tops of the toes, elbows back, heart forward. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. One more. Inhale, lengthen and expand. Exhale. Release, tuck your toes. Climb back up. You can use your knees or you could come straight through plank. Downward facing dog. Pull your left heel back. Sweep that right leg up and back and just peel open the hip. Drag your left heel down, lift up your left shoulder. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, set it down. Let's do the other side. Right heel pulls down, send that left leg up and back, peel open. Right heel down, pick up your right shoulder. And one more inhale. Exhale, release. So this time we're gonna take a little walk up to the top of the mat. Forward fold, let your head drop down. Your feet are about hip width distance apart here. Shake it out, maybe shift the weight towards the balls of the feet. Let go of the jaw. And when you're ready on your inhale, let's take a halfway lift. Roll the inner thighs back, heart forward. Exhale, fold. Use the core, lead with the heart. Inhale, arms come straight forward as we rise all the way up. Flip the palms back a little, lifting up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Refreshing here at center. Take a breath in. And then exhale, just kind of soften, release that. Inhale, we're gonna sweep it back, forward and up. And then exhale right away, take it back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, plant those palms, step it back, find plank or that modified plank, knees down. Just one breath in here, rocks you forward. Exhale, you can bring the knees down or maybe full plank. All the way down to the belly. Baby Cobra, just one round here. Elbows back, push through the tops of the toes, exhale. Your choice, maybe use the knees, maybe you come to child's pose, or maybe you come straight up to plank, downward dog. Just a few rounds of breath to kind of wiggle it out here. Take a nice big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're gonna take your left foot just about halfway up the mat. Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot. That right hand comes right underneath your right shoulder. We're coming into a modified side plank pose. So roll open, find the entire edge of that right foot. Push into the feet to lift the hips up, lift that left arm up. Right, you can always bring the hand to the hip to soften this pose a little bit. If you want, maybe wrap inner arm towards your ear, reaching all the way up and over. One more breath in, and then exhale, hands come down. Step it back, plank. Take your time, lower down. Maybe all the way down, maybe halfway down. Baby Cobra, or maybe sweep it into upward dog this time. Roll open through the heart. Exhale, your choice. Child's pose, downward dog. Couple rounds of breath. Just let it go. Let's take one more inhale if you're in child's pose. Maybe thinking about making your way back up to downward dog. This time we're gonna step right foot halfway up. Spin onto the edge of the left foot. You can spin the right toes out a little. And then we're gonna bring right hand to the right hip, or take it all the way up for that modified Vashisthasana side plank pose. Take a breath in, wrap the inner arm towards the ear. Lift your hips up, maybe wrap that top arm up. Already creating some heat here. One more breath in. And then exhale, we're gonna wrap back around. This time just step it back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. We're gonna come right through to the other side, and we're gonna step that left foot forward. Stay high though, high lunge, right hand comes down. Now just simple twist. We're gonna track the left fingertips across the heart center, start to peel up. So again, you can always bring the back knee down to make this easier. If that back knee is up, engage the front of the quad up into your femur bone, lift up, roll open. And then on your exhale, wrap inner arm towards your ear, start to reach up and over towards the right corner, right upper corner of the mat. Left hip crease pulls back, one more breath in. Exhale, release. Step it back, plank or modified plank. Let's take one breath in. Knees come all the way down, or maybe full plank all the way down, or maybe halfway down into upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, your choice. Downward dog or child's pose. Reconnect back to your breath. So really energizing here. If you're in downward dog, push into the ground. Right, if you're in child's pose, feel that breath into your low back. Feel that inflation, feeling the expansion, opening up, creating space. And then maybe if you're in child's pose, starting to meet us in that downward dog. When you're ready, we're all gonna step right foot forward for our high lunge. Back knee stays up, right? Unless you need to set it down, you can set it down. Easy twist, left hand down. Sweep the fingertips across the chest, start to peel open here. Lift up that back thigh if you're going for the high lunge, and then wrap an arm towards your ear, reaching up and over towards the left upper corner. Pull your right hip crease back, lift that back thigh up, bend back into your right knee. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Hand comes down, step it back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And then exhale, we're all gonna look forward, make our way back to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let your head drop down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your time, fold. So even though this is energizing, on your inhale, let's rise up, arms forward. Feel free to really take any modifications you need here. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, float those arms forward and up. And then right away, let's dive it back down. Keep that energy moving. Inhale, halfway lift. Step it back, plank. Exhale, lowering all the way down, halfway down, finding your version here of chaturanga. Inhale on the back bend. Exhale, we're gonna come right up to downward dog. So this time, we're gonna start with the right side. Inhale, sweep that right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot forward, drop your back knee. So simple Anjaneyasana here. Lifting up, pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Let's take those arms all the way up. We're just gonna grab the left wrist, little side stretch. Take it up and over to the right. Feeling that length. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands come down, step it back, plank. Moving through your chaturanga. Inhale, finding your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna move right to the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, heading towards that Anjaneyasana, low lunge, knee comes down. Take a breath in, pull that left hip back, right hip forward, one breath in. Grab that right wrist, take it up and over to the left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. So this time, simply step it back, downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment here. Kind of shake it out. You can even rock your hips a little bit from side to side. Maybe horse's breath, fluttering the lips, let go of the jaw. That one didn't work so well. Try it again. No, we're not. It's not happening. Sometimes the jaw's too tight, right? And it won't release. That's fine. Maybe give it a go again. Through the mouth. All right, so we're gonna move on, starting with that right foot again. This time, step it forward, high lunge again. We're gonna rise up to crescent pose. Little bend in that back knee. Right hip back, left hip forward. Take your arms all the way up. So it should feel super good across that left hip flexor, the front of the psoas. Maybe start to lengthen your back leg. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, we're gonna bring it back down. We're gonna use the fingertips. So if you have blocks here, you can always bring your blocks to bring you up a little bit higher. And we're gonna fold over this right leg. Take a breath in, heart forward, right hip back. Exhale, fold. And then hands come down, step it back, plank. Through your chaturanga, or you can skip these and we'll meet in downward dog, or if you need that child's pose. Inhale on the back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, moving to the left side, left foot forward, heading to that crescent pose. So feel the navel hug in, rise up. Little bend in that back knee. Arms come up. Feel the right hip pull forward, left back. Like you're dropping your inner right groin down. And then from there, tailbone in, lift up, maybe lengthen that back leg. One more breath in. Exhale, we're coming down to come right into that fold. So take a breath in. On your exhale, lengthen left leg. Pull the heart forward. And you can always use your blocks here if you need them. Take one more inhale. Exhale, just let the head go. And this time, we're gonna step it forward to the top of the mat. Let your head drop down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So really just floating through these poses today, trying to get the energy going. Inhale, arms forward, reach it all the way up. Maybe come up onto your tippy toes, the balls of the feet. Feel the belly hug in, and then exhale, heels down. Hands to the heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep those arms up and forward. Maybe a little back bend, reach up, look up. Exhale, diving it right back down. So we got one more sequence here to go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, your choice. Move through plank, through chaturanga, or again, you can skip it. Maybe meeting in downward dog, or if you need child's pose. Exhale. We'll meet up and back here. If you're in child's pose, maybe making your way to downward dog. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. So again, we're gonna sweep that right leg up and back. Big stretch. You might open the hip if you want, just for a moment. Square the hips back off. Step right foot a little bit more than halfway forward. So not quite all the way forward. We're heading to warrior three. All right, so this is a more challenging one, but you've got it. We're gonna walk the hands forward. Start to launch off of that left foot, so you're in a standing L pose. So wrap the outer thigh down, turn your toes to the right, little bend in that right knee. Scoop the belly in, reach your heart forward, and then maybe for a breath here, you're gonna rise up. Either take the arms forward, challenging. Still challenging, maybe take the arms back, but turn the palms down. Square the hips out, heart forward, look down. Nice, one more inhale. And then on your exhale, we're gonna step it all the way back. Lower that left knee down, coming right into lizard. So walk the right foot over. Right hand to the inside edge of the foot, take a breath in. On your exhale, walk to the left with the hands. So you might stay up on your palms as you pull the right knee out and back, or you can bring those forearms all the way down. So if you have a lot of energy today, you want a little bit more kick, you can pick up that back knee, maybe keeping the forearms down, or you can come back up onto the hands. If the back knee is lifted though, feel the top of that quad hug into the femur bone. Roll open through the heart. Just got a couple more rounds of breath here. One more inhale. And then exhale, if the knee is up, bring it down. Walk the hands over. Walk that right foot back in, right knee back. So before we switch sides, just roll it out. Little hip circles. And then your choice, maybe a chaturanga in between sides. Maybe you bring it down a notch. Maybe you bring the knees down and take this one a little bit slower. Maybe baby cobra instead of upward dog. And exhale. Then we're gonna take it right back in downward facing dog. Doing the same thing on the other side. So left foot walks a little more than halfway forward, heading to warrior three. You're gonna start to bend into that left knee, launch onto the left foot, kick right heel up, square that hip, outer hip rolls down, left toes, toes, right toes turn to the left. And then lift the belly up, heart forward, so you can stay here, or maybe arms come forward. Maybe arms come back, palms face down. Navel in, heart open. Breathe, one more inhale. Exhale, release. Step all the way back. Right knee down, lizard pose. Left foot walks over to the left. Left hand to the inside edge. Take a breath in. Walk your hands up and over to the right. Maybe come down to the forearms. Maybe pick up that back knee. Breathe here. Nice, one more inhale. Exhale, release. So last call, we're gonna step left foot back in, left knee back in, couple circles here. And then if you want one more chaturanga, take a breath in, moving through. And if you like, you can take final few rounds of breath in a downward dog. And then we're all going to eventually bring those knees down. Make our way onto the back. Come all the way down. When you come down onto the back, pull your knees in. So we're gonna move through one last back bend. So maybe bridge pose, feet right underneath the knees. Find the back of your head here. Elbows come down like robot arms. Roll the heart open, find that arch in your upper back, chin up. Inhale, pick those hips up, chin up. Roll the tailbone towards the knees. Roll your inner thighs down, push to the inner corners of your feet. So option, you can stay here a few more rounds of breath if you have a lot of energy, right? And you know what that Urdhva Dhanurasana full wheel is. You can start to bring hands towards the ears. Push into the hands and maybe start to take yourself up. Fingers turn out a little bit. You can walk your feet in. And then kind of sinking into it, roll open through the heart. Wherever you are, just a couple more rounds of breath in your back bend. And then whenever you're ready, we're gonna start to bring ourselves down. Bring your feet back underneath your knees and just hands onto your lower belly. Pause here. Let yourself feel that connection low back to the ground. And just notice the energy, right? Circulating through the body, maybe a little bit more enlightenment, activity, energy moving up into the brain, up into the heart, maybe feeling your heart beat. And then easy twist here, knees come in, knees off to the left, right arm peels open to the right. You can lengthen out your right leg if you want. Kind of grab onto the foot or the back of the knee or the back of the thigh. Or maybe you just keep the knees bent. Maybe look to the right. And then let's come up, switch sides. Simple twist. Knees go off to the right. Left arm peels open. All right, so something super quick can be enough. Doesn't have to be overly complicated, just enough to get into your body. You deserve that time for yourself, whether you want a more active practice like we had today or a more restorative like I have done previously. Really treating yourself with the most respect that you can. We're going to come back up and we're just going to kind of roll out the ankles, let your head rock from side to side, and then we'll meet in a seat. So unless you really feel like finding, traditional Shavasana on your back, you can find that. You might stay there a little longer. I'm just going to take a final moment here to feel that groundedness in the pelvis. And I feel the heat that we've built, energy moving up and down the spine. Moment of simple gratitude for just taking that time today for yourself, for your body, for your mind, for your breath. You got it. You're ready for the rest of your day or your evening. And so let's together take a nice big breath all the way down through the mouth. We'll bring the hands together here. Thank you so much for joining me, XSarah Yoga. I will see you next time. But until then, namaste.